using the 3 routers. Okay, and second lab will be EIGRP using the 3 routers. Okay, so these 3 lab we will do. So what I'm going to do, so to save the timings, so previous existing lab I will take. Okay, then I will add the one more router. Okay. Okay, so this is I copied. So what I will do, this is my EIGRP lab 2. Okay, so we can see now I'll open this lab. Yesterday's lab, same lab. So here what I'm going to do, I will add one more router here. So here I will add one more router. Here I'll add the switch. I will connect some PCs. So here what I will do, I will connect one PC. From here I can able to access this all the devices. I can do using the telnet. Okay, so previously the OSPF is what I will do right from the scratch. Fine. So let's take one router here. Then I will take one switch. So add some end user devices. Same thing, one laptop and one server. So here what you have to do, just we have to add one serial interface. Now you can able to connect the serial interface. Right. So now you connect to the switch. Now I will add one end user device. So example, here you have one guy. So I'll connect with the console cable. This is the console cable. So here you should use a console. And for the end user devices, RS-232 interface. So this is the network engineers from where we can able to access it. At the same time, okay, so even you can able to add one more switch as well here. Okay, so here also you can connect some PCs and 2 laptops just to make some complicated lab. For example, this guy is a network admin. Fine. So if you want to put some coloring, so put some coloring for this. This guy is a different network, right? And this guy also we can put in same network or different network, no problem. So let's take this guy as different color. Is it good color? Okay, fine. So this is the two little bit I have connected two different network now. So now I will go to the first router. What I will do, what I'm going to do here, I will remove the previous configuration first. How to remove this one configuration, guys? Do you remember? So just go to
why we have okay. You want to make but the configuration it is the same. We have to remove and
same configuration also we can do it, but for you people to understand, so I'll do it from starting so that you can understand better. Okay. So how to remove is simple. No router OSPF 10. Yesterday we configured, right? That's it. It will remove the configuration. If you check now, show IP route, okay, you can see no OSPF. Removed. configuration is very simple. Removing is very easy. I think, do you remember yesterday we have saved this configuration? So here is loading. So enable. So go to global configuration mode. No router OSPF 10. That's it. If you check show IP route OSPF, so no configuration, removed.
Okay.
So now if you check show IP interface brief. So now we can see here we have created some loopbacks. In this loopback 1 and 2, which is 19, 20, and 21. Okay, and this router has connected to two serial interface. One is for the router 3, one is for the router 1. Okay, correct.
Okay.
Fine. So now what we are going to do now? So let's see which is the interface is connected. Yeah, I think connect. We can see. Yeah, now we can see the two interface. So what we have to do first here, just we have to assign the IP address for this interface. So how we can assign? Go to global configuration mode, interface, serial 0/1/1, and give the IP address. So here I will give 20.0.0.1, 255.0.0.0. As you can see, this is it has got the clock symbol. That can you see there on the topology on the diagram, right? So what I'm going to do, so I will give the clock rate. So let's say 64,000. So I'll give the no shutdown command. Okay, still it is done because other side also we should configure the interface name. So let's give some coloring for this one as well. So let's say this is the pink color. I will take. Oh, why I have taken this? No. Okay, so this is one network. So totally, how many are there network here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 network we have here. Fine. So totally we have the 6 different network here. So let's give the network here. This is 20.0.0.1. And this one is 20.0.0.2. Or else you can put like this. So let's go to the router 3. So here right from the scratch. Enable. So I'll give this, go to global configuration mode, host name. This is router 3. So interface serial 0/1/0. I'm giving the first serial interface here. So IP address 20.0.0.2. So give the subnet mask. I say no shut. As you can see, the interface is up now. So now give the gigabyte 0/0/0 and give the IP address 192.168. This is 3.100. 255.255.255.0. Okay, so I'll do no shutdown. Done. Anything else? Done, guys? Anything missing here? To show IP interface brief. Is there anything missing here?
No.
Check. Are you sure?
I'm okay. I can see.
Hmm?
I see.
Is there anything missing here? We should configure for this interface also, right? We have configured for this. What about this interface? That is 0/. We have given the IP address for this. What about this one? Can you see? What about this one?
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, let's give the IP address for this interface as well. Interface gigabyte 0/0/1 IP address 192.168. This is 4.100 and give the subnet mask. That's it. Fine. Now, so now I think here also we should configure the DHCP configuration. First thing is give the IP address for the server to get the IP address. So this is 192.168. This is 3.2 we will give. And 192.168. This is 3.100. Okay. So now go to the service DHCP option, and this is my 192.168 3.100 DNS IP address. Starting IP address start from 100. Just I need 10 IP address. So check whether this PC we are getting the IP address. Why is taking long time? Yeah, so it's taking time first time. Yeah, so we are getting the DHCP. Okay, same thing for this one also. Okay, here I have not connected the server. So what I will do, I will connect one server. This is my DHCP server. So let's connect to this switch. So now I will go to this server. So let's give this IP address. So 192.168. This is example 4.2. And gateway is 192.168. I think 4.100. Correct? Oh, we should configure DHCP here to get IP automatic IP address. Go to service, DHCP on the services, and gateway is 4.100, and DNS is we can create it. And starting IP address start from 100. Subnet mask same. Just I need 10 IP address. Same. So let's check whether they will get the IP address. Yeah, so we are getting that IP address from the DHCP server. Okay, same thing for this. I don't know why it is taking a long time. It doesn't take much time. Yeah. So now everything interface is up. Okay. So let me write it down. This is 192.168. This is 3.100. This network is 4 network. Correct. We should practice every day, guys. Remember. Okay.
Okay.
So now, yeah, every day you have to practice. So now I'm going to configure the OSPF now. So go to global configuration mode, router OSPF. I will give 100 this time. Network, that is 100 network, 192.168. I am in the router 1 now, 100.0. So what we should give? Subnet mask, right? Yes or no? Wildcard mask, right? 0.0.0.255. So I'll put it in area 0. Then second network 10.0.0.0. Okay, 0.255, 255, 255. This also I'll put it in area 0. Okay, everything I'll put it in area 0. Same lab we will do with a different area. Okay, so now we can see this router 1, we have some loopbacks. Okay, the loopback also we will do. So 172 dot I think 16.1.0. I think 0.0.255, 255 and area 0. Okay, same thing for 70 network and 18 network. Okay, so router 1 configuration is over now. Show IP route OSPF. So now it is empty because from router 2 we are not yet configured. So let's configure with the router 2 now. So this is my router 2. Now I'm in router 2 now. So router OSPF 100 network 192.168.200.0 and give the wildcard mask 0.0.0.255. This also I'll put it in area 0. The second network that is 10.0.0.0. Okay, 0.255, 255, 255. Then area 0. So as we can see here also we have the loopbacks. Can you see the adjacency is loading now? Can you see? This indicates that it is forming the neighborship. Okay, so 172 dot, I think 16, 17, 18, 19, I guess. 19.1.0, 0.0.255, 255. This also put it in area 0. 19, 20 network. You're understanding, right, all of you? And this I'll put it in this network. Fine. Anything missing here? We are missing one more, that is this network, 20 network. So let's configure that. So how do I configure this? Same thing, network 20.0.0.0. Okay, 0.255, 255, 255. This also put it in area 0. Fine. So you can see that end. Save the configuration, show IP route OSPF. We can see it has learned all the networks, including 100 network. Administrative distance is 110. This is the metric. And these are all the loopbacks what we have created. So now we have to configure in the last router, that is router 3. Okay, so router OSPF 100 network. So 192.168. This is 3.0 network, right? Correct. And 0.0.255. This also put it in area 0. And one more network is 4 network. Just change. If you use upper arrow mark, it will repeat the command. Okay. And one more network is 20 network. So what is the wildcard mask for this? 0.255, 255, 255. Area 0. That's it. You can see what I will do. You can see the loading, right? Is forming the adjacency. Okay, show IP route OSPF. You can see that table has become very big now. Can you see it has learned all the network? Which all the network has learned? Can you see? So 10 network, which is belongs to this network has learned. Okay, 16, 17, 18. These 3 network has belongs which is running the loopbacks here. Okay, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So these 3 which we are created the loopback here, router 2. So 100 network belongs to this one, and 200 network belongs to this network. So now we can see, we can able to reach to check the testing now. Now if you see, we can able to reach to one network, that is 100 network, 192.168. So 1.100. As you know, the first packet will be dropped. I think 100.1, 100.1, I guess. It's not 1.100, it is 100.1. Fine. So now we are getting the IP address 100.2. Yes, 100.2 is the server. Okay, 100, 100.100. Yes. So 101. Fine. So same thing, if you check from this side, okay. So let's say I'll take the PDU, which is very fast. Say from this side to this side. Let's see success rate. Can you see? We have the reachability. Fine. From where to where you can ping. So example, this laptop to this PC. First packet will be dropped. Let's ping once again. Yeah, success. So everybody has got the communication now. So now the next task is, okay, so you are the network engineer. So you cannot jump every time, right? Go to router and access. Okay. So in the rack, if you go for any data center, so they'll not allow you to connect every router and access and do the configuration. For the single point of access, we should be able to access all the routers. For that, what we have to do, we have to configure the telnet. So as you can see, I think these two routers is already configured with the telnet. So how to check the configuration, guys? This is a command which I want to show you. Show running configuration. So here, space bar, we can see, right? So we have created the loopbacks. Okay, loopback 1, 2, 3. And for the gigabytes, we have given this IP address. Okay, then we have configured OSP of 100. Okay, these all the network we configured. And we also configure line VTY. That is telnet, right? The password is showing. Can you see? Cisco 123. You understand, guys? Guys, are you there? Hello?
I'm here, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. We are here. Just I off the microphone because of my I
Okay,
have a
just
big speaker.
okay. When I ask, please tell me yes or no. Right? We can see the
Yes,
password.
sir.
I'm asking question. Is displaying the password? It is good or bad? It is good or bad?
It is very good, sir.
No, man. It is bad.
Yeah, for me, but it's very easy to read.
Because password means like if I come to your company, okay, I know if your password, I will check, show running configuration. I can see your password, right? I can access your router. I will delete configuration. I will hack your this thing. It's bad. Fine. So for that, we have the solution. Okay. That I'll show you in this router because this router 3, we are not yet configure the telnet. Now I will configure the telnet in router 3. Okay. I will create username, my name, Taj, privilege 15. If we give the question mark, as we can see, please mute your mic. Mute your mic, guys. We can see previously we were using the password. Now I will use the secret password. Means it will encrypt the password. Oh. So secret password, I will give Cisco 123. Okay, then line VTY 024 Password also I'll use Cisco 123, same password. Login local. That's it. I will say the configuration. So now if you type show running configuration, give spacebar. Okay, we can see the secret password. Can you see here?
Yes.
It is encrypted. We cannot see the
Yeah, word, numbers, examples.
right.
Yes.
Okay, so let's jump for the lab now. I think now we have done the lab now almost. Fine. So this is done now. So let's jump for this PC from this network engineer PC. So go to desktop and terminal. Okay. So now we can see here all from here I should be able to access this all. As you can see, the password is encrypted. Fine. So right now I'm a router 3 now. So I want to jump to the router 2 now. Telnet 192.168.1 yes. What is the username in router 2 man? Yesterday we have given. I think Niger. Password Cisco 123. Yes. We can log in now. So from here, Telnet. What is the username there? 100.1. First user, what you have given? Rabodo, I think, I guess. Correct?
So Taj.
No, this is router 3. Taj router 3 for router 1. I think I forgot. Let me check. Let me check here. What is the username we have created? Yeah. Oh, Taj for router 1 also. Fine, no problem. Okay. So I think Taj Cisco 123. Okay, I'm a router 1 now. Okay, so like this, I can able to access you this thing. From here, show IP, route, OSPF. You can see it has learned all the router. No need to click no need to jump for router 2, there, no need to jump. So you have all information we can see. Okay, if you type exit, it will go back to router 2. If you type again exit, it will go back to router 3. Okay, so if you type again exit, so it will come out from the console. If you type enter, again it will come to router 3. Just enable, it will come to router 3 now. So if you type again telnet 192.168.100.1, so charge Cisco 123. Okay. Now we are into accessing from the administrator. So what about this administrator is absent? He is on leave for 5 days. Now you want to make this guy as a network admin. Fine. So now what we have to do? Okay, this guy can able to access. This is the other way we can access the telnet. Here also we can able to access the telnet. Okay. Telnet 192.168.100.1. Fine. Search Cisco 123. Understood, guys? All of you?
Yes, teacher.
Search Cisco 123. Search. Now, there's the other way we can access, guys. I'll tell you what other way also. So if you come down, okay, there is a SSH, telnet and SSH. Okay, select this drop, select this one. Okay, give the IP address from which router you want to connect. So example, this time 200.1. Give the IP address and connect. See, like this also we can connect. So here I think Niger, Cisco 123. Fine. This is other way of accessing. Yes. Fine. So let me explain these details now. Okay, some other interesting commands. Okay, show IP OSPF database. Okay, we can see like who is my router ID. What is my router ID? It will show you. This is my router ID because it will take the this one. And if you type show IP, if you type question mark, okay, it will show you interface, neighbor, border router, and everything. So border router, you can understand when we have when we create uh, different area. Okay, so that lab also will do it. I hope guys you understood this lab, all of you. I'll share this configuration.
Yes, teacher. This
All of you
is
understood, right? Yes. Is it easy? Is it easy or tough, man? Huh? Can I go with different area now? This is only area 0. We had it all into the area 0, right? This is also area 0. 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 So now what I'm going to do?
Teacher, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Teacher, I want to ask you all the two links that teacher sent in WhatsApp. Is the classes from the beginning also?
Yes, beginning.
Okay.
That also from beginning.
Yeah.
In the YouTube video, what I uploaded yesterday, it is from beginning, basic OSPF. So only this lab is available in the YouTube. Okay, after this, I'll upload this video also. Yesterday, we did only this one. All into OSPF, this area 0. Yeah. So today, we did all this big lab. Okay. Now we will do with a different area now. Okay, area 1, okay, area 0, area 1 and area 2, like this. Fine.
Fine.
Okay, good. We should answer like this. Fine means you should answer me. I will think that I'm talking to myself. Okay.
Okay.
So this is my OSPF. This is my OSPF lab 3. Okay. So what I will do, I will remove this color. Now I will redesign this one. So how will redesign? Let it do like this. Okay. So now this multi-area, the objective for this one is sixth one is OSPF multi. Guys, anybody unmute your this thing if you are doing something, because as you know that it's getting recorded, your voice will be recorded. Your noise. I don't know who is that guy.
It's me.
Okay, please mute, because when you speak, unmute and talk.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So what I'm do, this lab is multi-area OSPF. Okay, so what I will do, let's fill with blue color. Fine, guys. So just imagine. So These all are belongs to the area 0. And this guy, this is the area 2. And this guy is also area 3 or 2. We'll give any number, no problem. And this also same. We can put some on any other color. So whichever color you like, you can put, guys. And this guy also belongs to the area 0. Let it put inside. So what I will do, so let me put it down. This is area 0. And this is area
1.
Area 1. And this is area 2. And this also will put it in area 2 only. So this I'll put it area 2. Fine. So let's jump for the lab because I have copied with the previous lab. So first thing is what we should do. We should remove the previous configuration. So as you know, the removing the configuration is very easy, right? How to remove? We can see, right? Show IP route OSPF. So it's showing the previous configuration. So how to remove the configuration? So go to global configuration mode, no router 100. No router OSPF 100. Yeah, that's it. We check now. If you check the command, everything is erased. Fine. And same thing for the router 2. So go to the global configuration mode, no router OSPF 100. That's it. If you type show IP route OSPF, okay, so there's a no routing table. And same thing for your router 3. Enable, go to global configuration mode, no router OSPF 100. That's it. Show IP route OSPF. Okay, now it is empty. Everything I have removed it. So now what I'm going to do, OSPF multi-area. As per the topology, we will do this lab now. Same configuration, just slight difference. Just we have to change the area name. So first thing is I am into the router 1 now. So go to global configuration mode, router OSPF. So this time I will give 10. Okay. Network. First remember 100 network. So 192.168, 100.0. So give the wildcard mark 0.0.0.255. Okay, this is belongs to which area? This is belongs to area 1. Yes. Okay. Then network 10.0.0.0 and give the subnet mask 0.255, 255, 255. Then this here belongs to area 10 network. Belongs to which area?
0.
Very good. Done. Okay. This is done now. Show IP route OSPF. Still, it is not learning it is not from the adjacency. Now we'll go to the router 2. So go to global configuration mode. Okay. Router OSPF 10. Network 192.168.200.0. Take to the subnet mask 0.0.255. Okay, this belongs to area
area 0.
Yes. The network 10.0.0.0, 0.255, 255, 255, and belongs to area.
0 also.
Sorry, area 0. Very good. Then
Wait.
one more network 20.0.0.0, 0.255, 255, 255, and belongs to area 20 network.
Area 2.
No. See 20 network. 20 network is here. Belongs to area 0. That's the reason I put the color to understand you guys.
Okay, okay.
Okay, belongs to this area 0. Correct? It is already loaded. You can see it is from the adjacency. Okay, if you type show IP route, you can see the OSPF is forming. Show IP route OSPF. So now here is very important to understand. He has done IA. So what does this IA means? Show IP route. If you type this show IP route, you can see we come down up. Okay, what is this IA? OSPF inter area. IA is OSPF inter area. IA means inter area. Means it has learned the network from other area. Fine. So same thing. Let's configure for your router 3. So router OSPF 10 network 192.168. This is 3.100, I guess. What is IP address now? Let's check. So do show IP interface brief. Okay, this is 3.100. Correct. Network 192.168, 3.100. Okay, so give the wildcard mask. And this is belongs to which area?
255.
Which area?
Area 3. 1, 2, 2. There is no 3.
Yes, area 2. Then network. You have one more, right? 4 network. This also belongs to your area 2. One more network is 20 network. 20.0.0.0. And with the wildcard mask 0.255, 255, 255. And this belongs to which area? 20 network.
Area 0.
Fine. Perfect. If you type show IP route OSPF, so still it is not yet learned, right? Because OSPF is a slow protocol. See, now it has learned loading, full loading. So first time when I type, so it was not showing. So now it's showing. Now it will show you. You can see, right? It has learned from IA. IA means inter area. It has learned from this network, from where it has learned from this network. It belongs to the area 0. Okay, this is the area. This is the area 1 it has learned, and this is area 0. That is inter area. If you check in router 2, show IP route OSPF. See, this guy has learned from other area. So router 3 is your area 2. Router 4 is also area 2. Okay, router 100 network is your area 1. Okay, as you can see, this is this network is area 1, and this 2 area belongs to the area 2. Okay, I hope you understood, guys, all of you.
Yes, teacher.
Save this configuration. If you want to ping check the connectivity, we can check from 192.168, 100.1. Yes, perfect. So another one is 3.100, and another is 4.100. Yes, perfect. Right. So I'll save this configuration. From here also I can able to ping to last network 192.168.4.100. I can reach. Right. Even if you can ping from this end to this end, this PC to this last PC. Okay, so let's see. Can they ping? Ping to 192.168, 3.100. Okay, so we are getting reach. So do you know this one command, trace route? So trace route for 192.168, 3.100. Right, trace route command. TRAC. Oh, why is not coming in? You can check in the Google for trace route command. Trace route command in Cisco packet tracer. Because you know it is not like real device, because as you know, if you go to the Cisco site, it will show you how to use this command. Tracer, we can see, right? The command is this TRACERT. I don't know whether it will work or not. Let's check. TRACERT. So 192.168, 3.100. Yeah, so it's working. So now what we can understand here, first we should know, see, right now from this PC, we have pinged to the last PC. We can see how it's moving. First is going to 1.100, then 10.0.0.2, then 3.100. Same thing. Okay, this is the stimulation. Same thing we can do also for the Google also. What is the command? TRECERT. This is the command I guess. Let's check what is the command. TRACERT. TRA. So example, I want to ping google.com. We can see, right, how it's moving. I'm pinging to the, I'm tracing how my packet is moving, getting reply from the google.com. So as we can see, so this is how. So because this is my Wi-Fi D-Link router, this is my gateway. So 55 is the IP address from where I'm getting. And this is the my service provider, like internet service provider. See, it is very long. It's taking such a long time to get the reply. You can see these now complete it has been traced to this completed. This is the different hop junctions. It is not directly connected. My Google IP address is this. Same thing. If I ping to our company website, so let's ping to our company website. Let's see. I think we will ping or not. I think you know our company website, right? All of you. AROUSHTech.in. This is our company website. Right. So here also we can see how this is the real lab, guys. This is the real lab. We can see this is my D-Link Wi-Fi router. So this is a gateway. This is my this is a public IP. What they have given dynamic public IP. So I connected. Going my channel is going via the Chennai this thing. And this is our company website, aroushtech.in. Understood, guys, all of you?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, so can I go for next lab or can I stop it now?
Can I stop in this? Starting again from the beginning
Fine.
to the first. Yeah.
We'll stop it. We'll continue from Monday.
I don't know, teacher. This is my opinion.
Yeah, no problem.
Maybe can you ask it to the others?
Yeah, no problem. I think we also, if we go slowly, it will be better.